So when we talk about soloing, there are two kinds of categories that we can look at as a beginner drummer. So we can look at the written pieces like that you're performing for an orchestra, maybe a school performance or something like that, where the solo is written down and you need to be able to play that solo note perfect. And then there's also the other category where it's kind of like more of improvisation, where it's purely in the moment, where you're playing what you're feeling in that particular moment, and it's impossible to replicate that solo again. And by bringing these two together, I have found a great way to allow beginner students or intermediate students and drum circle facilitators to be able to explore the solo idea. So one way that we can really improve on the solo, and the solo is just a featuring of a particular instrument within the orchestra or the drum circle. It's featuring that player or, as I said, that instrument, that particular sound. So one way that we can build our confidence is to explore both categories, purely in the moment, and also something that we can work from. We can have a foundation, that a rhythm that we can draw upon, for example. Now, I studied a lot of African drumming while I was in Africa, living and studying there. And one of the great lessons that I learned from the master drummers is that there are a phrase. Add a phrase and then build upon that phrase. And so that's what I like to include in my classroom, percussion ensemble music, which I have included in my latest one, which we can go and have a look very shortly. Well, let's go and have a look right now. It's called River Red Gum, and it's featuring a djembe solo. And just notice how, well, just take a look and then we'll have a chat afterwards. Let's go and take a look. Okay, so what I did is I played a phrase, and I based the solo phrases, or the soloing, on that particular phrase. And the phrase was the 6/8 clave, the 6/8 long bow clave, and I included that within the solo. But I started it in different spots within the bar. You know, so we can add the same phrase, but we can just play that phrase in different parts of that time. So that's another great way of exploring soloing. Just add one simple phrase, but play that phrase in different parts of the time. That's a great way of really exploring rhythm and really exploring time and feel. That's another way. The other way, what I also played in the solo, in River Red Gum, is embellish on that solo. And I didn't think too much about the solo at all. I just said, okay, I'm going to make it really simple and keep it in the 6/8 clave feel. And so I had that phrase going in my head, and then I could hear other things that were coming in. And so that's what I did with that 8-bar phrase. Keep it simple, allow space within the notes. Really important information to have when you're starting out exploring to be in the spotlight or soloing ideas, is to keep it simple, allow space within the notes. So you need somewhere to start. Simple, space within the notes. And then what you can do, build upon that as using textures and sounds on the drum instrument or the instrument that you're currently studying. For example, with the djembe, you could have the same phrase but embellish it a little bit by using different textures, tones, bass and slaps, and just playing the same phrase but really improvise on what you're going to play with the tones and slaps and basses. It's another great way of also developing technique. Now, if you haven't already downloaded my free djembe drumming book, ebook, please go and download it. It's got lots of information there for beginner drummers. So please check that out. I'll leave a link under here where you can easily gain access to that and you can have your own copy. So what happens when we begin to explore things that are outside of our comfort zone, which happens to me, and I'm always challenged with that, whether it's teaching, whether it's facilitating a drum circle where it's completely in the moment. I'm always learning about myself. Music, I find that is a reflection of what's going on in my life, or the things that I need to learn about myself to improve upon. So for example, when we get caught up in needing to be perfect, just for example, there is an expectation of, for example, we're soloing, you playing with our drum. What's going on in our mind can really either help us or create hurdles where we get blockages within our own playing and our own self-expression. One way to explore soloing is to let go of what we just played. Don't be attached to it. Just let it go. Even if it's not quite in time, don't worry about it. Just let it go. The more we let go and less critical we are of what we play, can really help our playing tremendously. We can move in the direction of more positive feelings about ourself as an artist, as a musician, or as a weekend player, and even just building the confidence to be able to go and play with others. Like for example, in a drum circle, I really encourage people to explore creating music with others. Really huge. There's so many benefits to be able to do that. And so I'm always encouraging people to step out of their comfort zone and keep exploring. But of course, as I said, when we delve into waters where we're not comfortable, where we haven't really visited before, for example, the soloing, things can become a little bit tricky with those limiting beliefs about ourselves. So I really encourage you to challenge yourself with that. Being able to play something, even if it's not in time, just to be able to let it go. Maybe record yourself. I really recommend listening to music, playing along to music. I've got lots of resources for students that you can pop on the music and play to your heart's content. That will improve your timing, okay? And that will tell you that, you're kind of like pushing a little bit here with the rhythm. You're in front of the music, come back a little bit. So it also improves your listening skills as well. And that's what we really want, to be able to improve our listening skills. Also, when we improve our listening skills, we're being a little bit more gentle with ourselves. So we're hearing what we're playing, but allowing that to just allowing those thoughts to go. So it's a tricky rope to walk on. But it's all about learning about ourselves and expressing what's in our heart and not comparing ourselves to others. And the list goes on and on and on. So keep exploring music, keep exploring what makes your heart sing. Explore a certain phrase. Go with the clave phrase, whether it's in 6/8 or 4/4. Find out what time signature it is. Go for the most common foundational rhythm. So the key to what's keeping that song together, most likely it's going to be the clave. Build upon that clave. Allow yourself to experiment with that clave phrase. Another way you could do it, have a 1 bar playing the clave, 3 bars of exploring, allowing your heart to play, improvise music, and then come back. So it's a 4 bar loop, clave 4 bars, improvisation for 3 bars, coming back to the start again, always coming back to the clave, the foundation. It's kind of like a home rhythm. Yeah, you come back to the home rhythm. And then what happens is that you're beginning to hear the clave and to explore, improvise on the clave rhythm. Build your confidence. Practice set solos and playing in the moment. Base the solo on one phrase, such as the 4/4 or 6/8 clave. Start the phrase in different points within the bar. Permeate the rhythm. Embellish with different textures, such as tones, slaps and bass. Keep it simple. Allow space within the notes and phrases. Play along to music to improve time and feel. Let go of what you play. Don't be too attached to the outcome. Have fun. Express what is in your heart and try not to compare yourself with others. So I really hope this has helped you. I'll leave a link under here where you can download the free drumming ebook. I'll also leave a link where you can take a listen. And if you're a chart reader, you can check out the charts to River Reg Gum. So I'll leave these under here, under the video. Thank you so much for listening to me, staying with me. And if you have any ideas of your own about soloing, leave it in the comments below. I'd love to hear some of your remedies to soloing. If you like this video, click the like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.